love when people ask me about my story of being called to become an apostle of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. A religious vocation really is a sense of being called, and it's also a story of falling in love, and I love sharing that story. So I grew up Catholic, and I went to a high school with our sisters, but I didn't think about becoming a sister when I was in high school. That seemed like, I don't know, something other people did, but it didn't seem like a real choice for me. And as I went to college and I really wanted to grow in my relationship with God, I wanted so badly to feel close to Him, to know who He was, to share myself with Him, to discover who I was. And I met other people who wanted that same kind of relationship. And so I grew in my prayer life, I grew in understanding who God was, and I was sort of blindsided by my call. Some sisters will tell you that their call was a long, slow story over time, but for me, I had one moment of really clarity when I just was overwhelmed with this sense that God was calling me to be a sister. I was at a Sunday Mass at my college campus ministry, and it was during the reading of the gospel because I was standing up, and I just felt overwhelmed with this sense that God was calling me to be a sister. And I felt sort of overwhelmed by that. What does that even mean? How would I become a sister? Do young people even still become sisters? And I called my best friend from high school right after Mass, and I told her about this experience, and I sort of expected her to say, maybe you're just having a hard time, maybe school's feeling really hard, you're not sure what you want to do with your life. Why don't you wait and proceed with caution? And instead of saying that, she said, yeah, I could see that. I could see you being a sister. And I felt so confirmed that that experience was maybe true. And that was the beginning of a long journey that has finally brought me here, ready to make final vows.
This is where it all begins.